Howdy y'all, it's Chris with Show Up Fitness, your favorite trainer with a belt buckle. Today we're going to go over blood pressure with one of our interns, Casey. Before we get into that, make sure to follow us on YouTube, Show Up Fitness, and also Show Up Fitness Internship. So first off, what is blood pressure? Blood pressure is the pressure against the arterial walls. How many times your heart beats is your heart rate. So we're going to get into a quick anatomy review of your heart. You remember what the upper chambers of your heart are called? Atriums. The bottom ones?
Ventricles.
Good. So the top number of your blood pressure is your systolic blood pressure, which is your ventricles contracting and pushing blood out. Your top number, as she said, is your atriums, and that will be the top chambers of your atriums, and the lower number will be your diastolic. So when the atriums are filling up, what's going to be your diastolic blood pressure? So we are going to go over how to administer blood pressure and why you'd want to do it. So a lot of trainers, when they do their first complimentary workout, they just go out there and beat the living hell out of their clients. And to me, I don't think that's a quality trainer. What we like to do here at Show Up Fitness is we take everyone through an assessment, which includes blood pressure. Now, this is just a simple little Omron, I think I'm saying Omron, blood pressure cuff. You can get the old school ones with the spigometer. Put that around there, pump it up. Sure. I prefer this one. It's nice and simple. So I'm going to put this on Casey. And you would like to be quiet. You push start. Very simple. Have them cross their heart. Don't have your client talk. And then what we're going to do is we're going to read the number to our clients. I suggest getting like a little blood pressure chart so you can show your clients. Some things you want to focus on are going to be your poker face. So you don't want to scare your clients because we're not doctors, we're not nurses. We're screening our clients for any coronary artery disease. And that's going to be the ACSM. Take a look. Nope, still going. Top number, systolic. Bottom number, diastolic. This will also give you a heart rate number reading. So we have 119/78. And your clients will always ask,
Is that okay?
is that good? Am I going to die? What's going on?
We're good?
So we want to take it off, and now I'm going to explain it to them. I'm not just going to say it's fine. We don't like being told you look fine. You want positive stuff. If you're ever uncertain about that number, your best thing that you can do is ask your client, when was the last time you were at your doctor?
6 months ago.
6 months ago. That's within a year, so I'm not too concerned. When in doubt, refer out. If she were to have very, very high numbers, let's say 180/100, and you ask and she hasn't been to the doctor in 4 or 5 years, that's not the best number. I'm going to suggest you probably go to the ER today. So there are some concerning numbers that we want to be aware of. Anything greater than 140/90 is called hypertension. They call hypertension the silent killer because you may feel fine, but inside there's a lot of pressure on your arterial wall, specifically the coronary artery. And then if we have high cholesterol, if we're stressing, we're not sleeping, you could have a buildup and then bye-bye. Coronary artery disease kills a lot of people every year, and it potentially could be preventable. So she was less than 120, less than 80, really great blood pressure. Give her a high five.
So healthy.
If it were to be a little higher, I'm going to point to where they're at, and then they can say, well, what do you suggest? And the single best thing for high blood pressure is going to be just cardio. Just walk 30 minutes to an hour a day. There's no magical fix. Salt, people like to say, oh, decrease your salt. Salt's fine. It's not going to have that great of an impact on high blood pressure. It should be like at 142/90. Salt may bring her to 141/90. It's not the end of the deal. Red meat isn't going to cause red blood pressure. High blood pressure. It's not. It's a lifestyle. High stress, lack of sleep, excessively consuming more calories, drinking a lot of alcohol. So if she were to have, let's say, 140/90, here's what I would want to do. Ask her, how you feeling today?
Great.
Are you stressing a little more than normal? Traffic in LA?
Yeah, that's bad.
Then rest 5 minutes, talk more about her goals, and then we would re-administer the test again, and hopefully that reading would come down. Anytime we go above 140 or 90, you want to be very cautious about taking them through a workout. Anything greater than 160 to over 100, I'm not going to train them. They need to go to the doctor, and I need medical clearance. So these are the two numbers I'm concerned about, but also there's the other end, which is less than 60/40. Again, I'm not a doctor. Smaller people are going to have lower resting heart rates, and the lowest I've ever had, blood pressures, the lowest I've ever had was 60/38. And this was a very small lady. She was probably 5 feet, and she just had a kid. And I asked her, I said, When was the last time you were the doctor? She said she was there about a month ago. So I had her stand up, because what do you think will happen when they stand up?
Lightheaded?
No.
Oh, opposite.
No, not necessarily. Their heart should work a little harder.
Oh.
So that number should go up a little bit. So that's the next test that you can do if that were to happen, if you're ever concerned about it being too low. So she stood up, we did the blood pressure again, and it went to like 65 over 42. I said, you're probably fine. Again, I'm not a doctor, but next time you're talking with your physician, make sure that everything's okay. So this is a screen. And the things you want to be aware of with blood pressure is I'm going to take you through a workout, and your heart's going to be pumping. We're going to be doing push-ups, we're going to be doing planks, and we're going to be standing up. And so if you were to have high blood pressure, it's a very simple screen. Why not just eliminate that potential scenario? And if you do have high blood pressure, go get it checked out by a doctor. Again, I'm going to keep on reiterating this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physical therapist, not a chiropractor. So if she were to be on medication, I can never tell her to go off of it. She could be having, she could be at 120 over 80, and she's on medication. I say, oh, you're great. Go off your meds. No, 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 no. We cannot do that as personal trainers. Also, one last thing. If your resting heart rate, look down there. What was your resting heart rate?
77?
77. So there is another number we want to be careful, and it's greater than 100, and it's called tachycardia. At rest, if your resting heart rate is greater than 100, again, it shouldn't be that way. If you've had a pre-workout and you're all fired up, okay, let's rest for maybe 20 minutes, or sorry, you do 20 minutes, or the next time you come in, we can check it. But I don't like that number greater than 100, that's tachycardia. I don't like anything greater than 140 over 90, anything less than 60 over 40. Again, I'm just going to say go to your doctor, get that checked out. We want to rule out any type of coronary artery disease. So here is your blood pressure review. If you have any questions, make sure to comment. Thank you, Casey. Show Up Fitness and Show Up Fitness internship. Make sure to follow us.